Look at this high-angle aerial view of the Chicago skyline. Standing in this exact spot today, you're surrounded by millions of people in towering skyscrapers. But rewind the clock, and that entire cityscape disappears. Instead, the northern half of North America is buried under 2 miles of solid ice. Long before modern nations or the first human footprints, the physical foundation of the United States was laid down during the last glacial period. This extreme deep freeze, lasting from roughly 115,000 to 11,700 years ago, is the true starting point of American history. This animated globe shows the vast scale of that freeze. As Earth went through a massive cooling cycle, the oceans visibly recede, locking up billions of tons of water into expanding ice caps, until exactly 1/3 of the planet's total landmass is covered. The Ice Age was an active geographic reset. It wiped the North American continent completely clean, preparing it for a total physical reconstruction. Here is a map of North America as we know it today, morphing to show how it looked during the last glacial maximum. You can see all of Canada and the northern United States frozen solid into a massive, featureless white block. Millions of tons of creeping ice acted like planetary sandpaper. As the glaciers slowly advanced and retreated, they crushed and carved the bedrock underneath them with sheer mechanical force. Looking back at this frozen map, you'll notice that familiar modern landmarks, specifically the Great Lakes and major river networks, are missing. The deep basins for those bodies of water are actively being gouged out of the earth beneath all that ice. The ice sheet was an active, destructive architectural force, physically carving out the topography of the modern continent over tens of thousands of years. In this photograph, we see the harsh reality of the environment clinging to the southern fringes of those massive ice sheets. It is a brutal, rocky tundra with freezing temperatures and sparse vegetation, but this landscape supported immense biology. This skeleton belongs to a Columbian mammoth, a creature that adapted to the intense cold and actually grew taller than the modern elephants we see today. The predators of the era were highly specialized for survival. This profile view shows the skeleton of a saber-toothed cat, equipped with deadly, elongated fangs designed to take down thick-skinned prey. And here we have an ancient giant bison, featuring massive upward curving horns. Everything in this ecosystem evolved to an exaggerated scale. To survive on a freezing, hostile planet, biology had to adapt. This extreme, oversized fauna was a direct physical requirement for enduring an unrecognizable North America. Triggered by a massive warming cycle, the ice sheets began a rapid retreat, violently crumbling into billions of gallons of rushing water. You can see the process up close in this image of a melting blue glacier. The solid walls of ice dissolve into a steady flow, immediately birthing the continent's new water networks. All that heavy meltwater poured into the deep craters left behind by the retreating glaciers, finally filling them up to create the vast, calm basins we now know as the Great Lakes, seen here in this wide landscape shot. The destruction of those 2-mile-high ice sheets physically supplied the water that grew the green, fertile geography of modern North America. Because so much of Earth's water was trapped as solid ice, global ocean levels drastically dropped. Panning up to a top-down map, the ultimate consequence becomes clear. A massive stretch of ocean floor emerged, physically connecting Asia to North America. For a brief window in geologic time, a dry pathway existed between two distinct worlds, creating a unique opportunity for life to cross. The ice melted, the water returned, and the bridge vanished. But before it did, the ancestors of Native Americans crossed over. The physical sculpting of the continent was finishing, and the human story of America was about to begin.